All right, folks, we're back for game number 2 here. It's going to be on Shattered Temple. These players have already begun. And here we go live. In the last game, we saw EG.iDrA hold off a great attempt at an attack on the third base by EG.iNcontroL using those Void Rays, but it was shut down pretty handily by EG.iDrA with the Queen, a Spore Crawler, and the Roaches that were there for the Zealots. Now we've got game 2 here in this best of 5 for the most evil genius in the north position as the green Zerg. Some on the Korean server call him Kale, but it is EG.iDrA. And in the south position as the blue Protoss, one of my favorite player casters of all time, and Protoss that you either love or you hate. Either way, he's EG.iNcontroL. And in that last game, you know, we've seen a lot of Protoss really start to use these air openings from Fast Expand. It's not necessarily something we're seeing every single Protoss do, but especially with the upgrade for the Phoenixes, which are now out, certainly changes the dynamic of those matchups. If you happen to see the matchup between Stefano and White Raw that took place yesterday, you know, we saw a good example of that where I feel like there's definitely some sort of a viable build, and in those cases it was even more heavy of a focus on air. That was more of a, you know, I'm going to try to harass the third and get something going, cause you, some problems there, keep you potentially on 2 bases, and it just unfortunately did not work out. Well, let's see what we've got going here for game number 2 as the pool is down. Pretty typical pool at 14, drone to 16 potentially, and actually he's just going to go ahead and, like normal, grab that Overlord and just wait. There the pylon is going to go down for EG.iNcontroL. And a cannon right away as he hides this probe over in the corner. And I wonder if there was any reasoning, if it's the map, that he would choose to not throw down that Nexus right away like he did in the last game. But it looks like he is banking up to do just that as he waits for the 400. Out at the front, the Zerglings are out in EG.iDrA's base, taking down this pylon. He'll get his hatchery down. Now these Zerglings, very important at this point in the game. They're going to want to be checking around and immediately, just like clockwork. And this is the kind of thing that I watch these players do and go, God, I wish that I could do this. You know, taking those lings, being very specific about where they're going and eliminating threats like this, potential back pylons, warping in a bunch of Zealots. It's bad news for any Zerg player. And these guys are going to come knocking on EG.iNcontrol's front door. You'll see at least the one photon cannon. But based off of what he's got here and seeing the second gateway go down, and probably about, the Nexus, he's going to have a good idea on exactly what he dropped, but there's not much he's going to be able to do. He might swing all the way around. Probe is coming out. He can't drop anything down. He tries to block the ramp, but I love this from Zerg players. Get in here, get some information, harass the probes as much as you can, maybe just chomp on that pylon. Either way, he's going to have to pull probes in order to force him to take guys off of mining. You know, right now, look, he's mining with only 9 probes. He is going to get a little engagement here. He's going to lose 1, 2, possibly a 3rd and 4th probe as well. He has to pull even more off as well. There's no one mining at the natural, and this is going to be a huge success for EG.iDrA there. Only 8 probes currently mining. Finally, a couple are going to come back, and this is the fact that you could do this with just 6 Zerglings is so very cost effective. Behind it, you have all of these drones right now. Look at the saturation going on in the main and the natural, and all these probes again. You know, what can he do? He's just going to continue to harass. He's got 6 probes off. Just do the dance all day. We see a lot of players actually just almost get anxious, go in, just attack with these guys. But, I mean, just the fact that he's keeping. Like right now, we look at the probe count, and it's not 32 to 18. It's actually 32 to 12. Because these guys aren't doing anything. Finally, he's going to go and pick off another probe. And EG.iNcontroL is forced to do something here. Some Zealots are going to be moving out now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I like this from EG.iNcontroL, taking advantage of this, knowing that, well, EG.iDrA is not making Zerglings behind this at all. He's droning up. He's keeping me out there. I can't do anything. And here we got the Zerglings coming out. The drones are going to have to get involved as well. But these Zerglings are going to, well, they're going to be able to take care of this issue. I would have loved to see the Spine Crawler go down. But EG.IdrA thinks that he can handle this no problem. He does handle 2. However, 2 more going into the main base. And maybe if all of those had attacked at the same time, we would have had a different outcome. But it looks like that Zealot attack is going to be squashed as the Zerglings live. And look at the immediate response. Well, it wasn't immediate. When he lost the first Zealots, oh my goodness, another one going in there, but why? He's even getting free hits off it. He instantly had to make a wall here. He just absolutely had to. The counterattack was going to be inevitable. We're going up to lair right now in EG.IdrA's base. And I'm not sure what he plans to do with all these Zerglings. I mean, I guess he could get some... Would he take that out? I mean, he has no units at all. No, because EG.INControL could just go ahead and build stuff behind it, so it would just literally be throwing away units. He could go right and try to chew through the rocks, but that would take a very long time. EG.IdrA is just going to go ahead and keep droning up, immediately going to Infestation Pit, which is right here. Going to take out and expand it to gold. Great response to already good opening from EG.IdrA. Just 6 slow lings going inside and making a huge impact here. So what EG.IdrA could do here as he gets this Infestation Pit, we've seen this happening more and more. He knows that he had a huge advantage. And he also knows that at this point, well, let's take a look. Yeah, he checked up here. He also knows at this point, his opponent doesn't have an army. He's got a huge wall off right here. So get some infested Terrans. There's pathogen, or some infestors. There are pathogen glands going down. You continue to get a bunch of lings. The lings get out, and you bring those infestors up. You just spam down some infested Terrans. They soak up a lot of the damage, and of course, they DPS down 1 or possibly all of the buildings, just depending on how your opponent reacts to it. We see the sentries out, which is very, very important to try to get the force fields down. But this is going to be probably pretty nasty. The pathogen glands is where it needs to be here, so you can start building some infestors. You've got a lot of gas, and this is almost similar to what a Zerg player would do when they're saving up for a bunch of mutas, and immediately we're going to see 5 infestors go down. So it's going to be a lot of energy to be able to throw down here. And if there was a surplus of units, and this is not, I mean, this is going to be crazy, because all he's got right now is these sentries with only, what, 3 gateways? And 3 more coming up. Their Warp Gate research finishes up. It's all going to come down to this. The infestors are going to pop out. The timing of this is going to have to be really, really... I mean, it's going to have to be now. If he could just kill any of these units, and there, the Zergling saw it, so he's going to be able to move in here, I think, pretty quickly. Back here, the Lynx trying to take out these rocks so he can prepare for that back base as well. But I'm a little worried for EG.INControL here, moving out with these infestors out. I mean, even a couple of fungals, he's got enough lings that it is going to be game over. The force fields will only last for so long, and the lings are going to come in from the back. We haven't even seen the infestors yet. They're the infestors. Oh, dropping down the fungals. And they are not even going to get targeted at all. This is going to get completely demolished. And GG. Those infestors never even made it to the front door of that base. And game 2 is going to go to EG.IdrA. Right now, looking like he could possibly close this out in a very, very quick 1, 2, 3 punch. But the next map is going to be on Daybreak. And we'll have to see what is going to happen in those situations. So game 1 going to EG.IdrA. Pretty fast and furious. Game 2, well, the Zealots running in. Unfortunately, the Zealots that were thrown in by EG.INControL really didn't do a whole lot of damage. I think they got maybe a couple of Zerglings, killed a couple of drones, but they didn't get a queen. They weren't able to really try to target down some of those drones. And those 6 lings getting into the base were absolutely I mean, that was possibly a winning moment there for EG.IdrA because those Lings getting in, he kept so many probes off mining. He knew that his opponent was going to be behind. He took advantage of that. He didn't just waste them and throw them away. He was picking them off when he had the opportunity, separating the Lings from the big pack of probes. Just phenomenal job there, and following up with one of my sort of growing favorite strategies, the infestor push, where then you have the Lings and you just move forward, try to bust down that wall. If not, you catch their army outside, exactly like EG.IdrA did in that last game. And game 3 is going to be on daybreak. So we're going to get started here in just a moment, but we're going to take a quick little commercial break, and we return. Game 3 between EG.iNcontroL and EG.IdrA. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back.